Yung mga VP, oo, siguro familiar sila doon, no? Nung nakarang administrasyon. Hindi naman po attacks kasi yung ginagawa namin. We're focusing on the issues. And susunod nga po, ako po, hindi po ako tatakbong presidente. Ina-announce ko na hindi po ako tatakbong presidente. Nakatutok po kami sa budget. Kaya nga po yung issues around, circling the Office of the Vice President, which is yung pinakahuli na inattendan po namin na budget hearing, yung mga tinitignan po natin doon, kung paano i-improve yung Office of the Vice President in terms of budget utilization and the overall budget as well. Salamat po.
Later, ma'am, I'll call you, ha? Okay, thank you. I recognize Rosalie Cos from UNTV for her questions.
Yeah, good morning po, Kongs. Yesterday po marami kaming nasaksihan na first time. First time po na hindi lumusot yun pong budget ng isa sa pinakamataas na tanggapan sa pamahalaan. First time din na walang humarap na opisyal sa budget deliberations. Ano po yung repercussions po nito and ano po yung napagkasunduan sa House panel para hindi na ito maulit? At may effort din po ba kayo kung Jong na at lastly makipag-ugnayan sa OVP kasi kayo po yung magde-defend ng budget before the plenary?
Pareho tayo nagulat. Patuloy po yung pakikipag-ugnayan namin. In fact, yung aking pong Chief of Staff ay tumatawag din po sa kanilang opisina at nagsulat na rin po kami para magkaroon po ng ugnayan, coordination, nang sa ganun ay mabigyan po tayo ng enough na material para po pagdating po sa plenaryo ay meron din ho tayong mapagkukunan ng kasagutan sa mga posibleng mga katanungan nating mga kasamahan. Na pagdating po dun sa sa nangyari po kahapon, actually hindi ho scripted 'yon. Talagang makikita niyo po kung paano po yung demokrasya, no, na kikita natin even in the budget hearing, meron talagang may posisyon at may posisyon na hindi nagkakatugma. Pero at the end of the day, nakita niyo naman po na ang focus talaga is the budget. At sana, although hindi pa talaga napag-uusapan officially kung ano yung magiging possible na kasi nasa rules po 'yan no, kung pero ang aming pong position diyan ay since tayo po ay nahalal at tayo po ay inatasan ng ating mga kababayan na magkaroon ng trabaho, no? I mean, our primary consideration is since we are all public servants, then it is incumbent upon us also to follow what the constitutional requirement says, which is in the times of budget hearing, we really we owe it to the people to really present our budget through the members of the legislature, present them, explain to them, and allow them to really exercise also their mandate to scrutinize the budget. Sa makatuwid, in short, we hope sana, dahil first time ito, at sana walang second time. Sana hindi na mauulit yon. Kasi it's not only an insult to the House of Representatives, it is also a way of dismissing what the Constitution says and what the Constitutions require of us as public servants.
Add ko lang, first time din po na ganun po ang trato sa House of the Representatives, House of the People during a budget hearing po. Kaya minsan mapapaisip ka, no, masakit ba talaga o masarap ang first time? Wow. So, ngayon lang po kasi tayo natrato ng ganito sa House of Representatives. Kaya nga po, House of the People and all of the people are there as district representatives at karapatan po namin na tanungin po at maalaman ng tao kung saan po nagagamit yung mga pondo na to.
Go ahead.
Sa lahat po ng nasa panel, now that the Vice President is neither an ally or a member of the cabinet of the PBBM administration, considering po in the past administrations, the Office of the Vice President always received the smaller budget. Since hindi po siya hindi siya kaalyado ng sitting president, will we expect that in the coming years pa po?
Ako naman, as we always say, no, we might have differences with the person involved, but the position of the Vice President is an office that we need to respect. Diba? We can only hope that the same respect that we give her or her office is reciprocated Unfortunately, with her absence, it tells us otherwise. But nonetheless, Congress can always choose to be the better person. We will give what is necessary for the office of the Vice President to, I know, this is my position. I would support any moves to ensure that the office of the Vice President is given the funds needed to carry out its constitutional mandate. Anything that is more than that, I will leave to the wisdom of my colleagues.
Pareha ni Kong Jude, no? Dapat po yung may iwan or ibibigay na budget sa Office of the Vice President is still responsive sa mandato po niya. Again, na-mention nila yung burn rate, yung utilization rate. Halimbawa, yung isang part ng budget niya, yung pagbibigay niya ng, kunwari, pagbibigay niya ng assistance, yung utilization or yung burn rate noon, 3% lang. Bakit mo pa bibigyan ng malaking budget yung part ng yung assistance na yon? Ibig sabihin, hindi niya nagagamit. So, bakit mo pa bibigyan ng budget? So, baka pwedeng sa ibang bagay na lang, yung kung saan niya mas nagagamit. So, again, it must be responsive to the needs and the mandate of the Office of the Vice President. Thank you.
In addition to that po, I think it really doesn't matter kung ally or not, and this applies to all agencies. Our mandate here is to exercise the power of the purse, and we will, as Kong Jude said, we'll do all our efforts to make sure that whatever the department, whatever the office, they have what they need to carry their constitutional mandate. Yun na po.
Ako naman on the part, kasi parang mukhang individual position ito, di ba? Kasi wala pa naman talagang collective na pag-uusapan. Ang position ko naman, as long as there's no policy that says the Office of the Vice President, and I'm talking about the office, ha? I'm not talking about the one occupying it. Pag wala pong polisiya na clear na policy na sinagsaset ng parameters how this office may engage itself with social services, ako naman kung maganda yung pagpapatupad at nagagamit ng maayos yung pondo binibigyan, I have no problem with that, no. Ang akin lang is kailangan talaga, go back to the very basic, no? The reason why we're having this annually, it's not only being practiced by the House of Representatives simply because of a resolution or a law or rules that we have adopted here in the House. It's really the Constitution that requires us to hold this budget cycle each year and scrutinize the budget para makita po natin na if ever in the coming years the Office of the Vice President, halimbawa yung institution mismo, gusto nila mag-engage further into supplementing or complementing other programs that may even widen the effort of the government to reach out to the people, why not? But it also has to be first presented before the Congress, prove that it has been effectively used, and number two, and finally number three, it is also based on data that the objective of those services are really backed up by a data, no, para alam po. Parang very simple lang po sa akin. Again, I'll also like to borrow the words of Kong Jude. Sa ngayon, let's see whether kung ano yung sinabi ng Constitution na mandate po ng Office of the Vice President. But personally, I would say that there's no policy naman that precludes the office itself from engaging in other services apart, no, or beyond what is being said in the Constitution.